In this video, I'm going to walk you through 12 common shore excursion mistakes, and I can tell you from experience, some of them can ruin an entire port day. 1. Ignoring the activity level rating of the shore excursion. A lot of people just skim past the activity level label on shore excursions. You know, the ones that say easy, moderate, or strenuous. Big mistake. Because here's what happens. If you're someone who loves to explore and you accidentally book an easy shore excursion, you might find yourself on a super slow-paced bus tour where half the time is spent waiting for people to get on and off. Nothing wrong with that, unless you were expecting adventure. Then you're stuck staring out a window, wishing you were on a different tour. But the flip side is even worse. If you pick something labeled strenuous thinking, how hard can it be? Next thing you know, you're slipping on uneven stone steps, wondering if you're going to survive long enough to make it back to the ship. So do yourself a favor. Always read the full description and be honest about your energy level. You want to enjoy your shore excursion, not suffer through it. 2. Booking everyone in your group on the same shore excursion. A mistake I personally made was assuming that keeping everyone together on the same excursion would make things easier. On a family cruise with a stop in Edinburgh, I booked a tour that was rated as easy, so it would be suitable for my mother-in-law, who has mobility limitations. I thought choosing one accessible option for everyone would simplify the day and keep us all together. Instead, it backfired. The pace of the tour was painfully slow for my teenage daughter and tween son. Even simple things like getting on and off the bus took much longer than expected. They spent most of the shore excursion waiting around with nothing to do, clearly bored and frustrated. What I thought would be a family bonding experience ended up feeling tedious and draining. Looking back, it would have been better to split up. My in-laws could have taken the slower-paced tour while I brought the kids on something more active and engaging. At the end of the day, we still would have reunited back on the ship and shared our experiences over dinner. Only this time, everyone would have been happy. The lesson: one shore excursion usually doesn't fit all. 3. Overscheduling every port day. One of the biggest rookie mistakes is booking an excursion in every port. No breaks, no downtime, just back-to-back shore excursions. It's easy to get caught up in planning and think, I'm already going on this cruise. I should make the most of every stop. The problem is that constant early mornings, long bus rides, and all-day activities quickly lead to shore excursion fatigue. By the third or fourth port, you're not excited anymore. You're just exhausted, and everything becomes a blur. You end up going through the motions instead of actually enjoying the experience. What many people don't realize is that you don't need to be on a structured tour to make the most of a port day. Sometimes the best days are the unplanned ones, where you sleep in, stroll off the ship at your own pace, explore the local town, grab a coffee or pastry at a nearby cafe, or sit by the water without rushing anywhere. Building in at least one rest day, or choosing half-day excursions instead of full-day tours, can completely change how you feel by the end of the cruise. A vacation shouldn't feel like a marathon. 4. Assuming you can wing it at the port. Now, this mistake is the complete opposite of overscheduling. Some people step off the ship with zero plans, assuming they'll just grab a taxi or find a tour guide on the spot. That might work in some big tourist ports. But in a lot of ports, that plan falls apart fast. I learned this the hard way in Scotland. Our ship docked in Greenock, and we didn't bother researching ahead of time. We just assumed Greenock was basically right next to Glasgow. We were wrong, it's 40 minutes away. But wait, it gets worse. Because we were so relaxed about it, we took our time and didn't get off the ship until midday. By the time we finally went looking for a taxi, there were none. And even when we eventually tracked one down, it was already too late. There wasn't enough time to get to Glasgow and make it back before departure. So instead of exploring a historic Scottish city, we wandered around aimlessly and ended up in a random mall. We flew across the ocean and spent our afternoon shopping at Primark. Not exactly the Scottish adventure I had in mind. 5. Not booking shore excursions in advance. One of the most common mistakes cruisers make is waiting until they're already on the ship to book shore excursions. There are two major problems with that approach: higher prices and limited availability. Let's start with price. Most cruise lines offer discounted rates when you book shore excursions before embarkation. That discount can range anywhere from 10% to 35%, depending on the cruise line. Once you're on board, those discounts usually disappear, and you'll pay full price. If you're booking multiple excursions or traveling with a family, that difference adds up quickly. The second issue is availability. The most popular shore excursions usually sell out. Imagine traveling across the world for a once-in-a-lifetime destination, only to find out that your first choice shore excursion has sold out. At that point, you're left with whatever's left over. Booking early doesn't just save you money, it guarantees you get to do exactly what you came for. 6. Not comparing shore excursion prices. A mistake many cruisers make is assuming that booking shore excursions through the cruise line is the only option. Cruise lines often charge more for the convenience and the guarantee that the ship won't leave you behind. But the tours themselves are frequently run by the same local operators that independent companies use. That means you can often find identical or very similar excursions for less money if you book through trusted independent tour websites. It's worth taking the time to compare prices. It can save a family hundreds of dollars. 7. Assuming private tours are too expensive. Many cruisers automatically dismiss private shore excursions because they assume they will be prohibitively expensive. But if you're traveling with a group, family, friends, even just 2 or 3 other people, a private tour can actually be similar in cost as the cruise line's group tours. Private shore excursions have several advantages. You control the pace, the schedule, and the stops, and you don't have to share the experience with strangers. It's worth checking the price of private tours. You might be surprised at how affordable they are, and how much better your day can be when it's tailored to you. 8. Not dressed appropriately for shore excursions. A lot of cruisers assume they can wear whatever they want in port: shorts, tank tops, flip-flops. But that can backfire quickly, especially when visiting cultural or religious sites. If you're not dressed appropriately, you can be denied entry. For example, on a Mediterranean cruise, if you want to visit the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, women need to cover their heads and wear modest clothing, and everyone has to remove their shoes. Show up in a tank top and short shorts, and you're not getting in. Many churches and temples across Europe have strict dress codes. The solution is simple. Pack something easy like a scarf or shawl, and make sure your clothing is respectful and comfortable. 9. Not wearing sunblock. This one seems obvious, but so many people forget it. Not wearing sunblock before heading out on a shore excursion. Most excursions are outdoors, and you're often nowhere near a place to buy sunscreen. Even on cloudy days, UV rays can still burn you. And once you're burned, trust me, it ruins the rest of your cruise. Everything hurts. You can't enjoy the pool, you can't sleep comfortably. So before you step off the ship, apply sunblock and bring a travel-size bottle in your day bag. It takes 30 seconds and saves your entire vacation. Another common mistake is wearing the wrong shoes during shore excursions. Most shore excursions involve a lot of walking, sometimes over cobblestone streets, uneven terrain, castle steps, or even ancient ruins. High heels or flip-flop are impractical. On European cruises, especially, you'll be exploring historic sites and narrow streets where you need proper support. Wearing uncomfortable shoes doesn't just slow you down. It leads to blisters, sore feet, and even injuries, which is the fastest way to ruin your day. So do yourself a favor. Wear comfortable, closed-toe walking shoes with good grip. You'll be happy you did. 11. Not paying attention to time. Keeping track of time is critical on shore excursions. These tours run on tight schedules, and if you're the one who shows up late to a meeting point, you don't just inconvenience yourself, you slow down the entire group. Set alarms, check your watch, and when the guide says, "Back in 10 minutes," make it 8. 12. Bring your shore excursion tickets. A lot of cruisers assume that showing a digital confirmation on your phone is enough, but in reality, many tour operators, especially in some countries, are a bit old-fashioned and still require printed tickets or vouchers. On a recent Baltic cruise, paper tickets were delivered to our cabin, and we had to show them to get stickers before boarding. Even independent operators often won't let you on without a physical copy as proof of booking. Forgetting to bring your tickets can cause delays. You'll be stuck running back to your cabin to get your paper ticket. Get your free cruise packing list. Whether you're a first-time cruiser or a seasoned traveler, this one-page checklist makes sure you never forget the essentials. Download my free cruise packing list printable. Link in the description below. Going on an Alaska cruise? Most travelers make these mistakes, and they can ruin your trip. Don't miss the next video. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe for more cruise and vacation videos like this. Thanks for watching.